Time to see what the wizards are up to.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, everyone. Thanks for joining us. We have lots of fun stuff. When you're with Rob, he gets these like great ideas. He's like, hey, I have a really fun idea. And I get to I
give you so much time
to make it happen. And so we have a new different kind of contest we'll be talking about today that actually the Perfect Day team came up with the idea.
Yeah.
Rob loved it. I love it. So we'll be talking about that during the stream. And we have a few other things too. So let's see. Let's go ahead and get into it. So this Wednesday at 7, who is live
Darwin
streaming?
This week,
That's
yeah.
Darwin. Okay. So Darwin will be live streaming. Come kick Darwin's butt at Star Realms, the designer of Star Realms. You get credits if you beat him. So that is always super fun. I've beat Darwin, I think, twice. We occasionally do internal tournaments.
Did you get credits when you beat him?
No, I think I deserve some credits. It's, you don't really need the credits when you beat Darwin. It's the satisfaction. So yeah, that's always fun. So last week, I just wanted to announce the winner of last week's giveaway. So each week we do a giveaway here. We also post these in our giveaway channel in our Discord server as well. So you can always look there to see what we're giving away each week. And Lee A, congratulations from the United Kingdom. These are worldwide, so don't hesitate to enter. You are going to be getting that Imperial Justice promo card that everyone wants.
So sought after. And
a playmat. This playmat will actually be sent from here. So we can actually get that signed for you if you want as well. Because when I do the playmats, I try to, the promo cards I actually have here, a few that we have here. So we'll be sending that from here. So congratulations on your prize. And so the fun contest, I hope other people think it's fun, that we're going to be doing is a photo contest. So these robots are so cute. We want to see you with them. Doesn't have to be you. It could be your cat, your dog, your bunny, your stuffed animal. But we want to see some personality in the Robot Quest world from our community. So this contest is, we have a folder, which we'll be posting a post right after the end of this call with a link to a folder, which has transparent images. Saffron, if you want to just post the link to the folder with the images, you could do that now. It's in the post that we're working on, so that people can see the images. But if you don't have it handy, don't worry. We'll be posting this on our Facebook page and in the Facebook group right after we finish the live stream. So there'll be quite a few really adorable robot images like the ones you see here that you can incorporate into other images. So we have also, so this contest, I'll just click really fast to the next page. If you do submit a picture, an image of yourself or your pet or, your friend or, whoever you want to include with a robot or someone from the Robot Quest world, you'll be entered to win a stack of Wise Wizard Games products. So,
not this stack, actually.
Yeah, actually, what is this?
This is the new stuff that's it's coming out.
Oh, shoot. I'm on the wrong thing. I'm sorry.
It's all right. So what you'll win is
we got them physically. Ready to show
Pretend
physically.
This is a really nice slide. So we've got Epic, Epic Duels. We've got Star Realms Frontiers. We've got Hero Realms and the big Sorcerer box set. So one of each of our base games. One of each of the games that's currently out. And you can also win another way, right, Deb?
Yeah. So we know some people on our team were like, well, what if you don't know how to use Photoshop? First of all, if you don't know how to use Photoshop, I'm pretty sure you can also do this in Canva. I'm going to make my own attempt in Canva because I do not know how to use Photoshop. And Canva is like I don't want to say poor man's Photoshop, but like if like no one's available and it's Saturday night and I want to post a image on social media, I will create it myself in Canva. So for example, like last week's Wizard Wednesday, I created in Canva because I wanted to do a certain thing, and I wanted to, and I just did it myself because I was kind of playing around with Canva. I'm trying to improve my skills. It's a great tool for making like social media images or memes or stuff like that. If you like doing that kind of thing and you don't know how to use Photoshop, my point here is that you don't have to know how to use Photoshop. There's also, other tools as well. And if you had an idea, I'm sure we have other people that, would be willing to help you slap something together too. I would be, if you send me something, if you send me something on Facebook Messenger, I could also help you slap together an image if you have an idea and you just don't have the skills. But if you don't have the skills, you don't have the time, but you want to enter to win, you can like any of the pictures, all of the pictures, whichever ones of the images you think are fun, you can hit the like button and those likes will be entered, one entry each like. So, if you want to be super nice and like everyone's picture, you'll be entered even more times.
So we're going to have two winners. One winner for people who post images, which will win all the games. And then one winner for likes, and the like winner will win their choice of game.
Yeah. Rob thought everyone should have to create an image. I'm just saying.
But you can do both. You can post images and you get, yes. We're going to have several different places where you can post your image, and each place you post the image will get you one entry. So basically we'll be drawing at random from all the entries in all the places. So if you post in multiple places, you'll just get extra chances to win.
Yeah, so our Facebook group will be one place, and that's a public group. So you can look at the pictures even if you're not a member of the group. And also Twitter will be one place. And then we have gotten some feedback from a small number of people that they don't use Facebook and they want to be able to enter a contest. So we will also have this available on Board Game Geek, so that, if you're worried about ruining democracy and you don't use Facebook, you can also enter on Board Game Geek. I don't know if they also use Board Game Geek. We'll see, but I wanted to have another way that people can enter. And we'll also do our best to, if you post on Facebook, to post that up to Board Game Geek if you don't have a chance. But, if you want to go ahead and post on each of the places yourself, you can. We might share some of the images on each of them just so people get to see them if they're fun. So we'll put that in the post just so you know that we might take your image and post it somewhere else. So I don't know. Do people think this is fun or do they think it's crazy? Is anyone interested? So it's a random drawing. Yes, it is a random drawing because we want to encourage people to participate. We don't want to make this about who has the best Photoshop skills.
Although,
we just want it to be fun.
Bragging rights to the person who gets the most likes.
Yeah, you will get the satisfaction of getting the most likes and the most fun comments if yours is interesting, creative. But it will be a random drawing. So let me just check and see if there's any other comments. Oh yeah, Brain Games wants that Imperial Justice. Imperial Justice may be up. I know that Board Game Geek started putting up some of the cards, and I didn't have a chance to check this morning. But when I do see that it's up there, I will post on our social media as well. So this image, heading into the next image, as Rob pointed out to me, we had some questions last week on our release schedule. Oh, so if anyone has questions about the contest, just comment in the comments. And also you can post on our social media posts, comments, questions if you have questions too. I'm sure as people work on it, they will have questions. But last week we had some questions about our release schedule. So I wanted to give a quick update on our release schedule. So as everyone I think knows, everything's been really bogged down. Jesse Anderson from Quackalope actually did a video this week on the state of the industry and the fact that it's costing. He polled industry professionals in one of the industry groups, and generally everyone's response was freight shipping. So getting things from the factory to each of the regions is costing 2 to 3 times the price and taking a long time. And sometimes people can't even find shipping vessels to get product just out of the factory and to where they want it to go. So
paying more for work service. That's great.
We haven't increased our shipping and things on, we've eaten a bunch of extra costs that we weren't planning to, that we didn't expect. And, that's okay. you will likely see in the industry that over time you will see shipping prices going up on Kickstarters and probably even retail prices going up on games, because it is when shipping costs go up 2 to 3 times, that needs to be paid for. So I think over time we'll see some change in the industry. So I'm just letting you know that. But anyways, because of all these transportation challenges, our release dates have been shifted out. So the new products, I know many of you got these new products through Kickstarter, and so you don't have that much interest in when the release dates are. But for those of you who are waiting to get these in retail, the retail release date for these products is July 15th. Initially, we were going to stagger the release of the Epic sets because it's quite a few different expansions, but we've decided to consolidate the release date to July 15th so that people who are waiting and want to get the rest of the Epic sets can get them right away, and we can get them out into distribution again, because just getting things to distributors and getting things to stores, everything's having delays. We want to get everything out into distribution. So July 15th, you can purchase these things in retail stores worldwide. It often does take a bit more time to get to stores in other parts of the world, but you should be able to pre-order in your store. And if they don't have pre-orders in, they can order through their distributors. So if you ask at your local game store for these products, they can place a pre-order so that they can get it in that time frame. And this includes the new Star Realms High Alert products, the Epic Duels. Can you pass me the? Oh no, that's actually. It's Guardians of the One.
It's Guardians, yeah.
There's Duels right there. Epic Duels is a really awesome starter set. I helped to work on with Brennan Noonan, CJ also. Quite a few of us worked on. There's a starter guide in here that walks you through an entire game, move by move, for people who are not familiar with Epic, which is really awesome. So even if you are familiar and you like it, but you want to get a friend up to speed, it walks through a lot of in this set only has, is it four keywords? So it's much simpler as a starting point for Epic. So this is a fantastic little game to get started if you want to check out Epic, and or if you have friends that you want to get interested in Epic. It's really great. And then we have the Guardians of Gowanna, which is a whole new box set for Epic, and the Lost Tribe packs as well, and dividers for those, and the awesome big storage box like we've had for our other products.
And like the dual set, much like the Star Realms Frontiers and Hero Realms, is such a great deal. $20, nice solid box, but small, so you can easily carry it around with you, and gorgeous artwork and so much gameplay. Just a really phenomenal deal for gaming for your buck. You can't beat those little Wise Wizard game sets. So those are really good ones.
You are not limited to one image for the contest. Someone is thinking about creating multiple, go for it.
Yeah.
I want to see them. I might create multiple. I might put Rob in one, our dogs in one. We'll see. I think our dogs with Pug would be really cute. We have 2 little Pomskis. So that is, so those are our new products that are coming out in the Star Realms High Alert as well. And then, I did not mean to click on that. And then we've also had questions about the Star Realms Universal Storage Box. So this is actually shipping. It's almost to the warehouse. It might actually be at the warehouse right now. It will be in stock for distributors. We'll put it into stock as soon as it's processed onto the shelves from our fulfillment center. Will fill the orders. We've already taken pre-orders from distribution for this. It doesn't have a release date because it's a reprint. This is true of the Universal Storage Box and the sleeves. The sleeves are running a little bit behind the Universal Storage Box. It'll probably be a few more weeks before the sleeves arrive. But as soon as these are, in the door and on the shelves, we will fill those pre-orders from distribution, and they will be pushing out into retail stores. So again, if you're interested in a Universal Storage Box, now is a great time to let your local game store know, or you'll see it eventually online. You can pre-order it, I think, on our store. If you can't, we should make sure you can on there. But we will make it in stock on our store, and you can order it on there as well. And we do ship worldwide from our store. It takes a little bit more time if you're outside of the US. But yeah, sleeves. And then Frontiers was the other one. So I did check on Frontiers, and like the sleeves, I don't have a a date yet, because even when it gets into the continent, it still takes a while to arrange all the logistics. So I don't have a date yet, but they told me expect it in sometime in July to be back in stock for both Frontiers and the sleeves. And for the Universal Storage Box should be in the next couple of weeks back in stock.
Yeah, official date is soon.
Yeah, back in stock and distribution. And then it takes a couple of weeks to get into retail stores from there. And, you know, your retail store might not be carrying it, so you might have to ask them to get it for you if you want to get it locally. Let me just check.
Yeah, that the Universal Storage Box is really nice. And this is the new design, which is same interior space, a little bit less exterior space. It's got the interior walls like the Hero Realms and the Epic storage boxes with the little crossbar spot for the oversized cards and the crossbar for strengths. So it's a really nice box. Those plastic dividers are sweet. And comes with some promo cards, so it's really cool set of promo cards in there. So it's a good one.
All right, so let's see.
Just checking through the comments here.
Hi, the Kapow Pledge Manager. I know we are near done. It's pretty wrapped up, so I think that will actually be going out very soon. I know we've said that a few times before. We had to go back and get shipping costs updated because of all the changes in the shipping costs on that. So I'm really sorry for the delay on that.
Just so you know, they're completely separate teams who work on the logistics and work on getting the games finished and into the printers and such. So a delay, when we take a little longer to get the pledge manager out, it's not affecting your delivery date at all. So don't worry. It's where the design team is testing away on all the Kapow stuff. We're actually going to be getting together in person. I'm going to be getting together in person with the Kapow team. We've been doing all our testing remotely, but we're all vaccinated now, so we're going to have.
And they're pretty local. They're, I think
it's a couple
an hour
hours,
and a half, couple hours away.
So U.S. local, Europe, another country equivalent, but
So we had a comment that it would be great if some of the arena scenarios would be released as scenario packs. So that's good feedback.
Yeah, that's a cool idea.
We can take that back to the team. Let's see. German translation of Epic. So I'm not sure about that. So I guess we can talk about that. Right now, we are working on the Hero Realms and Star Realms translations in German. But I expect that we will do Epic in German, but we don't have it in the pipeline yet.
Yeah, right now we're struggling with being in compliance with all the different regulations in the EU to make sure our product is good. So for the German production.
How do you create a great card game like Star Realms? Do we have all day for this? Rob, do you have any tips and tricks?
Just super quick tip is take whatever your design is and simplify it. Save all the cool stuff that you can do with your engine or your mechanics, and save those for expansions. Simplify your base game. Get it to point and get it to the point where people really love to play it and are begging you for a copy. That's be the super fast version of my advice on design.
Just check and see if we need Hydra tokens for the next Hero Realms Kickstarter.
Hydra token request. That is not our first Hydra token request, although it may be from the same person. I'm not sure, but
it might be. Maybe.
But yeah, that could be a
I think
nice
it's a
little
good
add-on
suggestion. And then, so Rob, and looking at my graphics, I did have a command deck graphic, but it didn't get in there. Sorry, I was going to put it at the end, and it's not in there. So we're going to use this.
What is that?
Oh, wait.
Oh well, that's the old one, but it'll work. So command decks coming last Friday.
No, this is it. I'm sorry. Our graphics are like really small. So I need to get a bigger monitor where we do our live streams. So this Friday, last Friday,
the forced update.
Yes, last Friday we did I'm glad Dusto likes it here. Last Friday we did a soft update for command decks. And this coming Friday, it will be what we call a forced update, which means if you haven't chosen to update and you don't have auto updates on, you won't be able to play Star Realms if you don't update. And you also will need it to plan tournaments after this Friday. You'll have to be on the updated version.
If you have any game, if you're on the old version, you haven't finished up your games, finish them up because your forced update is coming, and you want to update because the Command Decks expansion is super cool. Now we were thinking about initially we had thought, okay, we're going to release these like regular expansions and have 7 different expansions, each with one for each commander, and there'd be $2 each, etc. But we decided, you know what, we want people. As soon as we release this, we want everybody to be able to play all the commanders versus each other. And we don't want people being limited which commanders they play. So we decided we actually just put them all together. So it's one expansion. It's $7. So basically $1 per command deck equivalent. And you get all the legendary commanders. And this is, if you haven't tried legendary commanders yet, these are some turbocharged Star Realms. So basically in the physical game, you can play a legendary commander versus two players playing regular decks because legendary commanders are that powerful. So basically, when you're playing legendary commander against legendary commander, you are starting with a very powerful deck. You have an increased amount of authority. You have you often have a larger hand size. You've got special abilities, gambits that start in play specific for your legendary commander. And when you're playing a legendary commander, there is an 8 cost ship added to the market that is your commander's color combo. Each of the 6 commanders has two factions which start out in their deck, and then there's the Lost Fleet, which they're kind of weird. They have some really cool abilities that you got to check out. Basically, they can combo ships to activate different powers. They have this splinter tech, which is super cool. 7 different legendary commanders to try out to play versus your friends. Very cool. I personally would recommend not playing with regular gambits and missions when playing with legendary commanders. But if you want to just have a crazy turbocharge game, we left in the ability to play with everything. I got challenged to a game with legendary commanders, missions, and regular gambits, and I think I completed all my missions on the 3rd turn because you got all these crazy abilities going. So, but anyway, legendary commander set, super cool. Check it out, a ton of fun, and it is available in the app now.
Check it out.
Yeah, the Lost Fleet is super neat.
So this feedback we've gotten a couple times. Any chance of changing Purge to Scrap in Robot Quest Arena?
Yeah, so basically, yes, it's already.
I'm also a fan of this change.
Yeah, it's already done. There's a whole bunch of yes, we're doing that. We create like when we're play testing games, we have like scraps of paper and very ugly looking things that we play with, but they have the game mechanics. And then we take our files and we make nice looking prototypes. And then then there's a process of iteration where we make some gameplay corrections, but we also like clean up the language, choose which words we're using for things. So you might see for example, in the current Robot Quest Arena cards, there's a bunch of cards that say Purge, but there's some cards that say Scrap on them currently, but we're going to be moving everything to Scrap there. We're also going to be removing the word kill for basically when you knock a bot out. We had a variety of different ways that was described on cards, and that'll all get combined into one. What is word. Term? I don't think we've finalized yet. I think knocked out was a popular option, but we haven't finalized.
Yeah, it does. Freaking campers said it makes learning the game easier. I agree.
Yes, yeah. That we call that process templating, where we basically get everything to be consistent and using same language throughout, figuring out what those game turns are going to be, and just making it that smoothing process. So that's hasn't been done yet with the stuff that you're seeing on the Kickstarter because it's it's the early versions.
Someone, Brain Game, suggests we should do a workshop or master class on games. We do sometimes participate in some game designer workshops. Like we've participated in quite a few like pitch review sessions where people come with their pitch and then we give them advice. So yeah, but maybe we could do something a little bit more formal. How about disabled? Less organic sounding.
Yeah, disabled's a possibility. There's a bunch of suggestions on the in the Kickstarter thread. So we'll pick a term and then use it throughout. But for our testing purposes, making sure the game play is good, it's fine to have these various words. But certainly before we go into the actual production of the final version of the game, we'll have a keyword which is universal throughout. And something like disabled could be quite good.
So Igor, I'm sorry to hear that you have lost sync when you were playing on the Star Realms app. So if you have issues on the Star Realms app, please let our support team know. You can email support@wisewizardgames.com. And, and they can, it's good because it helps us. There might be a bug in the product. Sometimes it is like a Wi-Fi issue or a network issue for the person, but sometimes there is, when we do a new release, some issue going on. Sometimes it's platform specific. So if anyone, encounters what you think is a bug in the app, please also let us know what platform, what device. Are you on an iPhone? Are you on an Android? Are you on your computer? And any details like what model you're on, that can help us try to identify, is this something which is happening, across all platforms, just on your platform, and fix the issue. We're constantly, that's just part of software development. When you come out with new features, there's little glitches here and there, and we'll continue to fix anything that comes up. So please, just let us know. And thank you for the feedback. So I think we have a few things to talk about Robot Quest Arena, right?
Now we have, I know we've been talking about it a lot in the previous weeks because we got the Kickstarter going and we're super excited about the game. But Robot Quest Arena, the Kickstarter is in the final hours. We're down to 58 hours to go. So Thursday at 10 p.m. Eastern is the end of the Kickstarter. It is doing awesome. We are we're about 370,000 right now, and we have unlocked a lot of stuff. If you are a backer on the Kickstarter, you're going to get a ton of cool promo cards and game tiles, and these add a lot of fun game mechanics. And we've got 2 levels. We've got the basic tech tier where you get the base set plus a bunch of Kickstarter exclusives, and then we've got the high tech tier where you get robot packs, which are these cool expansions which come with 20 new cards using new mechanics for the game, plus a new robot mini, plus some game tiles. And there's 3 additional bots you can get with that. You can add to the number of players in the game when you get these. So you can go up to 7 players if you have all the expansion packs. I prefer capping at 6, but you could theoretically go to 7. And so if you back at the high tech tier, you get even more Kickstarter exclusives because there's a Kickstarter exclusive bot with its pack with 20 extra cards. So there are tons and tons of Kickstarter exclusives, and we're doing some really neat stuff with these. So the gameplay in Robot Quest Arena, it's a deck builder, so like Star Realms and Hero Realms, so deck building games you guys know and love that we make. So it uses that same deck building mechanic. However, instead of having sort of an abstract card battle, you are controlling a miniature on a board. The board is an arena. You can move around on that arena. Your attack cards have ranges, so some might be able to shoot 4 spaces away, or 3 or 2. There are melee attacks that can only attack things that are next to you. There are tiles on the board that do cool things. Some might be beneficial, others might be harmful. So you can push other robots. So when you spend your energy, you can use it to buy new cards for your deck, or you can use it to move around the arena, or you can use 2 energy or 2 points of movement to push another robot, and then you can push them into walls or other robots to damage them or push them into hazardous tiles. So there's all kinds of cool stuff you can do in playing. So it really opens up some amazing play options. And there's a bunch of playthrough videos on the Kickstarter page that you can check out, so you can sort of see what the gameplay looks like. But it's got this really cute anime theme, but it is, and it's friendly for kids, just like you can play Star Realms with a kid if you wanted to, and they often really like it because it's simple to learn. But this is not a kids game. It is great for advanced players. You can play it with your kids if you want to, but it's a really, it's got a lot of there's a lot of stuff there for advanced players to sink their teeth into. There's so much cool stuff going with that movement and gameplay. And I'm going to show you a few of the some of the things we're doing with the Kickstarter exclusives. So one of the fun things about Kickstarter exclusives is we know Kickstarter backers are pretty advanced gamers, so we can throw out some really fun mechanics with you guys, and we know you can handle it. So we've got some really cool stuff going on. So I talked previously about the Gumball machine, but I think it's fun enough. I'll go over it real quick again. So the Gumball machine tile, this tile, what's on the board, it doesn't block line of sight or anything. You can move through it, move onto it. If you're on the Gumball machine tile, you can spend once per turn. You can spend an energy to gain a victory point. Just 1-for-1 trade. This is basically you buying a Gumball. You can also hit the Gumball machine. So with a hand-to-hand attack or a range attack, you can hit the Gumball machine. And if you hit the Gumball machine, you take the little victory point cubes and you put them in the squares, the 4 spaces diagonally next to the Gumball machine. And if any bot goes onto those squares, they pick up that victory point. So you can hit the Gumball machine and run around and grab victory points. The Gumball machine is a really fun tile. And then we also have the Sawtrap. This is one we're about to unlock. $5,000 more, and we'll be unlocking the Sawtrap tile. The Sawtrap is pretty fun because it's a really nasty tile, but it's not always going to hit you. So basically, there's this saw underneath the floor of the arena that pops up from time to time and slices any bot unfortunate enough to be on top of it. So if a bot is on top of the saw tile, when you move on top of the saw tile, you actually flip over, you scrap the top card of the market deck and look at its cost. If its cost is 4 or higher, the saw comes out and it deals 3 damage. Now, if it's your turn and you end up taking damage in your own turn from moving onto a trap or something like that, you're going to end up, not only do you lose the health, but you lose victory points equivalent to the health that you lose. If you push someone else onto the saw trap and the saw happens to pop out, that 3 damage, you're going to get those victory points. So basically, if on your turn, if any other bot takes damage, you get the victory points. If your bot takes damage on your turn, you not only lose the health, but you lose equivalent amount of victory points. So that's the saw trap. So you've got these cool scenarios where there's like you need to move across the saw because that's the only way you're going to get the movement to get to where you need to be to attack somebody, and just hoping that a low cost card comes out, or you push an enemy bot onto it and you're hoping for a high cost card to come out to slice them with the saw. So the saw trap is super fun. So that's some of the things that we're doing with tiles. So we had a question
about there was a positive comment about the art. Thank you, Igor. The art team is amazing. And then Dan the Meek asked about the Gumball machine. When it's broken, do you flip over the tile?
So the Gumball machine doesn't break. It just when you hit it, some gumballs fall out, but it's still there, and you can keep punching it. You can whack it, and like that. So that can be something you can do. No, you can only hit it once per turn, and the gumballs only go to the and the gumballs go to those diagonal tiles. But yes, the Gumball machine sticks around, and you can whack it again. All right, and then we have a bunch of cool promo cards here. So this promo card is Hypercharge. This is one of those cards that you can kind of build a deck around. So these purple cards are function cards, and Hypercharge, when you play it, you draw a card, and then the next attack card you play this turn gets +1 damage for each function card you've played before it, including Hypercharge itself. So if you have, if you just play Hypercharge and then play an attack card, that attack will be at +1 damage. But if you play like 2 or 3 function cards, +2 damage or +3 damage. So this card can get really nasty. So if you're a function heavy deck, if you got a lot of function cards in it, Hypercharge can be a real monster for you. Yep.
We had a question about languages, one in Spanish and one in.
Sure. So basically, we have partners around the world who work with our game. So, for example, in Spain, it's Devere, and Yellow in France, and Hobby World in Russia, and all around the world, we've got various partners, and they basically translate our games at their own schedule. So we're going to make this once we have these files finalized. So basically, do all that language correction we talked about and getting everything final. So basically, when we have our files ready to send to the printer, we'll share them with our foreign partners, and they can begin the process of translating the cards, translating the game into their local language. Now, every partner does not have to do every single one of our games, but Robot Quest Arena, I think, is going to be a really popular game. So I'm pretty confident that they'll be picking it up. Here's another promo card. This is a fun one. The Pogo Stick. So Pogo Stick gives you +2 movement and lets you sort of bounce around the board that turn. So the turn you play Pogo Stick, you get to ignore obstacles. So normally you can't move through another robot. You can't move through like the walls, or there's other tiles that are normally impassable. But with the Pogo Stick, as long as you keep moving, you can move through all these obstacles. You can just go right through them. As long as you don't finish your movement on them. You have to finish your movement on a tile you can normally be on, but you can just pass through all those obstacles. And every robot that you pass over when you're using your Pogo Stick movement takes a point of damage. So you're basically bouncing over stuff on the arena, and so you can bounce on your enemy bots and get some fun damage in there. So that is the Pogo Stick. That is another one of our unlocked promo cards. And this is the Wrecking Ball. We had a social stretch goal, which people posted on Facebook, and you guys unlocked that. So now backers getting a couple of these Wrecking Ball promo cards. This is a great one. So this is a hand-to-hand, a melee attack. So that hits this. You can hit with a melee attack. You can hit a robot that is orthogonally next to your robot. So basically, in the space above, below, left, or right from your robot, you can hit one of those. With the Wrecking Ball, you're basically swinging this ball around so you hit all 4 of those squares. So if you can position yourself so you've got like a robot in front of you and to your right, and then you play the Wrecking Ball, you hit both those guys with the Wrecking Ball. And of course, whenever you damage enemy bots, you gain those victory points. So the Wrecking Ball can do some fun damage. So this is a really fun area of effect attack that we have. And we have unlocked a lot of these cool promo cards. So there are tons and tons of cards that are unlocked for Kickstarter back. A bunch of Kickstarter exclusives. So great reason to back the Kickstarter to get all these extra goodies. And if you've got a friend who you think might like the game, get them in on the Kickstarter, because lots and lots of really sweet, fun stuff. So those are the toys we have coming up.
And that's all we had for today. Unless anyone has any last questions. And we're going to actually be on vacation next week.
Yeah, so no stream next week.
Short vacation.
So we're taking a couple of days off, but we will be back at it 2 weeks from now. So and of course, will be on the Kickstarter. We're coming up to the final 48 hours for the Robot Quest Arena Kickstarter, so that's going to be. I imagine that'll be quite busy, and we'll be unlocking a whole bunch more stretch goals. So I'll be there in the comment section. So if you have any questions, you can pop by and say hi.
Yeah, and let's see, is this a question? Oh, thanks. Yeah, so thanks. And if you have any suggestions on games we should take on our vacation, let us know. It'll be us and 7 kids plus 1 friend. Yeah. Leaving the puppies at home, though. Thanks, guys.
Thanks everybody.
Everyone. Bye.